It began like any ordinary Friday night. I had just stepped through the front door after a long day, ready to relax, when Emily called out from the living room. There was something unusual in her expression, part playful, part strangely serious. "Sit for a minute," she said, pointing to the couch. I did, unsure why her tone felt so formal. "We need to go over a few new expectations," she continued, folding her hands neatly in her lap. "Expectations for me?" I asked, trying not to sound offensive. She nodded with a small grin. "Yes, some things around here need adjusting. Balance, structure. You'll understand." From a dining table, her friends, who were over for a small get-together, let out a round of giggles. I felt irritation rise. Not because they were laughing, but because it already felt like they were in on something I wasn't. Emily cleared her throat. "First rule, no more leaving your laundry everywhere. Second, when I'm speaking to you, I expect your attention. No phone, no TV. Third, we'll follow a shared calendar for chores, date nights, and any personal time." She said it like she expected applause. I blinked slowly, trying to process the sudden shift from casual evening to command presentation. Her friends snickered again, one whispering something I didn't catch. The room pressed in on me, judgment hanging thick in the air. I took a steady breath. "Emily," I said, keeping my voice calm but grounded, "I'm all for compromise. I'm all for structure, but I'm not okay with being handed a list like I'm some employee getting new office protocols, especially not in front of guests." Her smile faltered. "If we're talking rules," I continued, "they have to apply to both of us. Nothing one-sided, nothing imposed." The laughter behind us died instantly. Her friends exchanged awkward looks, suddenly unsure whether to stay involved or fade into the background. I stood, setting my cup down slowly. I'm willing to communicate. I'm willing to plan things together. But this, I motioned her imaginary list, isn't how a partnership works. Not between equals. Emily swallowed. "You really feel that way?" "I do," I replied. "We either build this house together or it falls apart, but I won't be talked down to in my own home." The atmosphere shifted. Even her friends, who had been giggling minutes before, were now quietly observing the moment, their earlier amusement replaced by discomfort. Or maybe quiet agreement. Emily crossed her arms, her voice tight. "I thought you'd just laugh it off." I didn't think it had come across so serious. "It is serious," I said gently. "Not because of the rules, but because of how they were delivered. Marriage isn't one person dictating terms. It's two people choosing together." Her friends murmured amongst themselves. One whispered, "He's right." And I caught it. I didn't mind. It only confirmed I wasn't an imagined imbalance. Slowly, the tension in Emily's shoulders eased. "Maybe I pushed it too far," she admitted quietly. "I wanted us to be more organized. I didn't think about how it might sound." "I get that," I told her. "And I'm open to improving things, but only if we do it together." Her face softened with genuine realization. I didn't look at it that way. "It's okay," I said with a small, reassuring smile. "We'll figure it out. Just understand my voice matters here, too." From that point on, the rest of the evening felt different. The laughter returned, lighter, mutual, without the undercurrent of mockery or imbalance. When we talked about chores, schedules, and what needed improving, it actually felt like a conversation, not a lecture. By the time her friends left, the air between us was calmer, clearer. Something had realigned. The next morning, I woke up with a quiet sense of peace I hadn't felt in a while. Emily was already in the kitchen making coffee. When she greeted me, her tone carried no defensiveness, only sincerity. As we moved around each other, there was no tension, no lingering resentment, just two people sharing a space with actual respect. Later that day, we sat together with the shared calendar she had mentioned. But this time, every task, every commitment, every plan was discussed openly and agreed upon by both of us. No demands, no surprises, just cooperation. Even her friends, when they visited again, treated me differently, subtly, more respectful, more aware of the boundary that had been drawn. Their jokes were lighter, no longer edged with condescension or judgment. That evening, Emily touched my arm gently. "Thank you for last night," she said. "I understand now. I didn't before." "It's not about winning," I replied. "It's about us. About making sure we both feel heard." She smiled, warm, unforced, and it filled a room. As I got ready for bed, I realized something important. Standing up for yourself doesn't damage a relationship. Avoiding it does. Boundaries aren't walls. They're foundations. And by protecting my dignity, I protected our relationship, too.